His Excellency, you're welcome.
You're welcome.
Ohaneze and Igbo.
You come inside this.
Okay. President. Congratulations. You're welcome. Honorable Chief BKJ Jemba. Honorable Vice President.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
How are you doing? I see you guys.
Sister. Sorry.
Sorry.
And Igbo Kanamuru. Igbo Kanamuru. Dienu. Wanu. Zuano. Igbo Kanamo. His Excellency, in the mix, we welcome you. On behalf of Ohaneze, South Africa, we say welcome once again. And since he's here, I believe it's the right time for us to commence with what we have in our program. We'll call on Pastor Harold Anago to lead us in an opening prayer.
Amen. 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 The blessings of God is upon our people. The blessings of God is upon Nigeria. The blessings of God is upon India. The blessings of God is upon His Excellency that came visiting us. Amen. Amen. May we pray in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen. Our Heavenly Father, the King of glory, the only true God, the only righteous God, the covenant-keeping God, the God that keepeth the covenant of His promises and words forever. The only reason why we are alive, in good health, rejoicing unto another beautiful day. For truth is a beautiful day indeed. It's a beautiful weekend. A weekend of joy and happiness and gladness. No wonder in this month of new beginning, you have allowed us to gather together in this honorable palace to welcome a man who is your son, who is your servant. That all of us are trusting God, that there will be confirmation of the word of God. With him, for the word of God says that when the righteous take over the land, the people will rejoice. Amen. We are not taking it for granted. Amen. That as we have gathered here again, in this month of August, which is the month of new beginning, a new beginning has started in the nation Nigeria.
Amen.
Concerning this gathering, through this gathering this day in the name of Jesus.
Amen.
Therefore, Holy Spirit of the living God, in appreciation, we hand over everything that will be happening here. Again, unto the asking you, may you have your way. May you influence everything that will be happening here.
Amen.
I saw that every decision and the expression and the address that we will be hearing and contribution will be told, said the Lord. And we manifest in that which is our expectation.
Amen.
That the righteous will take over the land.
Amen.
In this great nation, Nigeria.
Amen.
Even all over Africa, in the name of Jesus. Angels of God, you are in charge. As you have brought them in peace, as you have brought all of us in peace, we declare that as we will be going back, all of us will be going in peace. As I take authority by the power of the Holy Ghost this afternoon, in the name of Jesus Christ, I subdue every territorial demon that is contrary to that will bring prosperity and progress and breakthrough into this gathering in the name of Jesus. Amen. I render them powerless. Amen. I declare them the weapons of the enemy, they cannot prosper. Amen. I decree that the will of God will prosper. Amen. In this meeting this afternoon. Amen. In the name of Jesus. Amen. As I declare that this is the congregation of the righteous. Amen. The righteous have taken over. Amen. Oppressors and terrors and stealers and wasters and emptiers are far from us. In the name of Jesus. Amen. Thank you once again, oh God, for the answers of our prayers. Yes. In Jesus' name we have agreed. Amen. Amen. Thank you.
Round of applause, ladies and thank you so much, Pastor Harold and Agu. Thank you for the opening prayer. Ladies and gentlemen, His Excellency in the making, Mr. Omoyele Sowore, presidential candidate for Nigeria presidency 2019. Like we said before, Ohaneze Igbo, the apex social-cultural organization of all the Igbos, South African chapter, we have welcomed you. At this juncture, we will wish that the individuals present will introduce themselves, because these are representatives of our structures, various churches in South Africa. So I will start with my president, the president of Ohaneze, South Africa. Please introduce yourself.
Hello, welcome. It's Excellency making. Please, my name is Chief Julius Ikech Bosakwe, the President of General Ohaneze in South Africa. You're welcome.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Your Excellency, welcome once again. I'm Chima Chigozoya. I'm the current President General of the Indigenous Community of South Africa. Welcome.
Thank you so much. Outgoing President of the State, Chairman of Godsons. Thank you.
Your Excellency, Prince Samatunando, BOT member of Igbo South Africa, SYL Vice President of Igbo South Africa.
Your Excellency in the making. I'm Chief Ichie Mwakazubuike Modum, the former Anocha Local Government Chairman, South Africa, former Organizing Secretary, Anambra State Association, South Africa, and the former Isinze, South Africa. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Your Excellency the making. My name is Sami Weka, immediate past Chairman, PDP South Africa, former Financial Secretary Ohaneze, and patron of Ohaneze as well. You are most welcome.
Your Excellency making. My name is Fidelis Chukwemeka Mwangwa. I'm the current Vice President. I'm current Vice President of the State Association South Africa and incoming President-elect of the State Association South Africa. You are most welcome.
Your Excellency making.
You are welcome. I am Igwe Obinna Anthony Wanaji, Igwe Omega Gondi na Mpumalanga Province. You are welcome.
Excellency, Chief Chuks Okoye, the Secretary General and also South Africa, and Life Patrons Gondi, South Africa.
His Excellency, you are welcome. Chief Benjamin Adiele, Onwa Buruburu of Abia State, Patron Abia State, PRO on the Lozo Ndibo, South Africa. You are welcome.
Your Excellency, Chief Owen Kupela from the Free State. Then I'm the chief. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Your Excellency in the making, Dr. Raymond Okafo, a medical practitioner, CEO of a hospital, patron, DOT member, Ohaneze and Igbo.
Thank you so much.
You are welcome, sir. It's not Shaban standing on behalf of the Esther generation.
Your Excellency, you are welcome. I'm from a different tribe. I call myself a Niger Southerner. That means I'm proudly South African, affectionately Nigerian, passionately African, a world citizen.
Wow.
I am standing here today as Esther Mackenzie. I am the CEO and chairperson of the Esther generation. We have South African branch. We have somebody in Nigeria called Dr. Chinwe Akwabe, is the Nigerian chairperson. So I'm representing us in this meeting today.
Thank you.
His Excellency, I'm making Ferdinand, Mississippi, PRO.
Thank you.
My name is Dr. Daniel Akwari. I'm the former president of Ohaneze and South Africa.
You're welcome, sir.
Your Excellency in the making, I'm Sir Bitis Okiboduna, the founder of Todijeso, a charity organization, a Nigerian charity organization based in South Africa. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Your Excellency, welcome. I'm Chief Nayelugo Dean. I am the pioneer, founder of Nigerians in diaspora here in South Africa.
Naido?
Yes, no, not Naido. We have informal settled traders that are here. So we started it over 1994.
Wow.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much, sir.
Your Excellency.
Yes.
My name is Chief Amadi Amadi, the immediate past president of Ohaneze and Igbo, South Africa.
That's amazing, sir.
Your Excellency, Apostle Mike Madabuchugu, I'm the President General of Enugu State Union, South Africa. So welcome, and we wish you all the best.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Your Excellency, my name is Jose Managodwin Atago. I'm a prophet. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Your Excellency, glad to welcome you. My name is Pastor Prince, Chairman of the Pastor Angel of Grace Tabernacle Church, South Africa, and also the President of Hope for Africa Empowerment Foundation. It's a charity organization.
Thank you.
Your Excellency, I am Jack Simon Okechi Apostle. I am the Secretary of Ohaneze and Igbo in Mpumalanga and the former Chairman of Abia State Union in Mpumalanga. You're welcome.
Thank you, sir.
Your Excellency, my name is Edna Namela, Chairman of Ohaneze and Mpumalanga. I think we need a fresh blood in that Osarok. I pick you, and we're behind you. We need somebody like you. Okay?
My Excellency, my name is Uchenna Wankwo, Vice Chairman, Anambra Union Malanga Association. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Potential aspiring president, my name is Dr. Henry. I'm a senior lecturer with the University of Johannesburg. I need a Barack Obama in Asoro.
You're welcome, Mr. Sowore. My name is Mr. John Machuku. and I'm a community organizer. I'm former youth leader for Ohaneze and Igbo. Thank you.
You're welcome, sir.
You're welcome. My name is Chief Engineer Paul Peterson KK.
Your Excellency, my name is Mr. Ike Igabuche, Chairman, Zerina Trading, South Africa. You're welcome, sir.
His Excellency, you are welcome. My name is Omoyele Sowore, the immediate Vice President of the State elect. Thank you.
Excellency, making you welcome. Chief Obichukwu, member, as in council.
Your Excellency in the making, Barrister Judo Mennaga, practicing actor of the Federal of the Republic of South Africa, and former Deputy President of Ohaneze and Igbo, the First Secretary General of Ohaneze and Igbo. Welcome.
Thank you.
Your Excellency, my name is Emmanuel Azansu, the Chairman of Enugu State Union, Pumalanga.
Your Excellency, my name is Mr. Ike Shepherd, Machinawaka, the CEO of Ike Investment, South Africa. You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Mr. Sowore. My name is Dika Edemba Chilaka, Deputy President of Ohaneze and Igbo, South Africa, and former aspirant of Imo State House of Assembly 2015. Thank you.
His Excellency, you are welcome, sir. My name is Mrs. Ifies, and I'm the President of Nigerian Women Association in South Africa and the women leader. And I promise you, on behalf of all the women, we are strongly behind you because it's a long time the old ones have been ruling us. I think you can make a change. You are welcome, sir.
Standard existing protocol. My name is Comrade Tony Obulono, the immediate Art Secretary, Abia State, Youth Conference, South Africa. Currently, I'm the Vice President of Abia State, and our PG is on his way coming. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Mr. Sowore, my name is Comrade Uday Emmanuel, former Financial Secretary of Ohaneze and Igbo, South Africa, outgoing Secretary General of Ebonyi State Association, South Africa, current head of media, Biafra National Congress, South Africa.
Thank you, sir.
Once again, His Excellency, my name is Reverend Dr. Harold Danago, resident pastor of Sipica Academic Hospital and Tuana District Hospital, and also a senior pastor of Jesus the Bread of Life International Ministry, and a member of Take It Back Nigeria. Thank you.
Your Excellency, my name is Tony Anna Okoro, the CEO, Managing Director of Anti-Crime Academy Security, Defense Chief of Ohaneze and Igbo, South Africa.
The first President, Nigerian Student President, South Africa, and also the founder of Nigerian Students Association in South Africa. Currently the director of Mobi Chambers, Mobi Art Tennis. Mr. President, it's time to take it back.
Yes, thank you.
Your Excellency, my name is Victor Afango, Deputy Protocol Officer, Ohaneze and Igbo, South Africa. You're welcome, sir.
Thank you so much.
Welcome, Your Excellency. My name is Michael Orameze, Eyin Asuka. We thank you that you are here, and with all our brothers and sisters, are going to support you. You are welcome.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. His Excellency, we have introduced the personalities here, and finally I wish to introduce myself as Honorable Chukwuemeka Ezinteje. I am the Secretary General of Ohaneze and Igbo, South Africa. You are welcome, sir. We wish to commence with this program. Next in our agenda is the traditional presentation of kola nut and the breaking of kola nut. Please, can we have the kola? Sorry. His Excellency, I think we have all introduced ourselves, except the custodian, the chief custodian of the traditional institution, who is our chief host today. So I think it is time for him to introduce himself to you. Okay, I have to, because he doesn't have to introduce himself. He is the Onowu Akajiofo Ndi Igbo in South Africa. Can you pronounce it, sir?
Onowu Akajiofo of Ndi
South Africa. So, he is a custodian. He's the custodian of our traditional institution. He is also the founder of Ohaneze Ndi Igbo in South Africa. Chief Jonas Udeji is also the African traditional Prime Minister in South Africa. Wow. He's here.
Igbo mmamanu, Igbo rienu, Igbo zuonu, Igbo kwezuonu. You know, when you were, it seems, I don't know if majority of our people already met with Sowore somewhere, because the way you address him is like you have already endorsed him. You address him as His Excellency, which means you have already endorsed him. We are going to present kola nut. Thank you. The presentation of kola nut, Igbo mmammanụ, ọ na-abụ ekele kele ọgwụgwụ ekele anụ ngalinga, anyị ga-omena omenala anyị. Omenala anyị a bụ igosi ọjị, anyị ga-eme dịka otu anyị si eme ya. Mana na-egbughị oge, m prezentichali Ohaneze, ma akpọọ n'isi enwe ndị a ga-eprezenti iri, nwe ndị a ga-akpọtụrụ aha maka oge. Ya bụ aga m ebulu oji abụ prezidenti Ohaneze bụ Chief Julius Osakwe. Cha Igbo mman. Rien. Zwan. This one Onowu Igbo asụ goji. State trustees never on a Fogaji. Imobi on a Fogaji. Onowu. Ihe mere n'obodo aga m ewepụ ọjị. President mgbe ị ga-ewepụ ọjị ndị Igbo. Chief Ohamadike ọjị nze na ọzọ Emudi ị ga-abịanye aka bulugodo ọjị Rubehulie. Our kola nut in the Igbo tradition and culture. Kola nut to start from home, going outside. So we have to acknowledge all our structures the way it's supposed to, accordingly. Then we will come to you. We are not going to give you kola and say touch hand and remove your hand. No, we are going to give you kola. Is it also Welugoji? Yes. Is it in council? Ohaneze Welugoji. Because I last in Abia State, Akono de Noja. Anambra State, Akono de Noja. Delta State, Akono de Noja. Ebonyi State, Akono de Noja. Enugu State, Akono de Noja. Imo State, Akono de Noja. River State, Akono de Noja. Ubu anyị nwa weluchagolu. Anyị ga-ejekwuru ndị agbata obi anyị. Sowore, before I come to you, in Igbo land they say somebody's in-law is his son. Our in-law, even though the bride price, I don't know, we are still talking more on that because it was long. Our in-law, I acknowledge you in this color. Before I can go to no, on the buy welucha. Thank you, Ichie na like. Now, so I'm going to present you with kola nut. Yes. Come, my in-law. You can now present to him. He will take one. You return it to me.
My Excellency. Yes. This is the kola nut.
Yes.
Kola nut from your. I gave me a very lovely wife. I greet all of now. Thank you, sir.
Now, Chief, based on the Igbo make ago. Hey, Igwe, Imananda, hey. Igwe gbalo biko bulu oji abi igwe ko wele oji. Hey. Nne ịmala adịnna mma mụ na gị abịazi mee nnọọ mpụta. Enwere igwe anyị ọzọ nọ ebe a na province. Ochie n'onwe. Ichie biko buluke n'ọjị a. Ichie biko. Ka awapụ ọjị. Ichie aka gị dị n'ọjị a. Onye? Chief Owe. From the Bakloko tribe. This color will reach home because you are representing His Majesty, the King in the whole Southern Africa, if not the entire Africa, who owns land more than any other king over how many million hectares of land he occupies. So take this color. When you reach home, you let His Majesty know that we received you when you came. I spoke with His Majesty. He told me, don't give you food. This is better than food. It's not a project. African king. Yes. It's a one of welcome. So I'm the leader in Africa here. Yes. Yeah. We've gone to Nigeria, met with different political leaders as well. Yeah, that is kola nut. When we get there to the kingdom, we will talk more about kola nut. Yes. Because we have a lot of important leaders of our people here. It is not possible that this kola nut will go accordingly 100%. There is Ichie Ugonabo, there is Dr. Akware, there is Chief Amadi, there is Ogbuefi founder, and many others, including our health minister, Dr. Okafo, and many others, and Chief Unachuku, Biko Okwadike, Biko Bulugodu Ojia, Bilmo Okwadike ko wepu oji, Noaha Obionyendu. All oversight. All oversight. Okwadike, boy alum. Okwadike ndewo. Imane azu ije nolu. O maka fine na mkuto okwu ya. Biko ndị Igbo anyị ga-agọ na ọjị na-egbughị oge. Ndị Igbo anyị ga-adị n'o. Ọ ga-adụrụ na anyị na mma o. Anyị ga-enwe ndụ. Anyị ga-enwe arụ ike. Anyị ga-akpata akụ na ụba. Ụmụ anyị ga-adụ ndụ. Ụmụ anyị ga-eto na amamihe. Ha ga-akpatakwa akụ na ụba. Afụfụ anyị talụ na mbido ga-adị iche na nke ha ga-ata o. Ha ga-akpata ego, ha ga-akarị anyị o. Mmaji kwuru mmaji ụmụ anyị ga-aka anyị. Anyị na-asị n'obodo South Africa na ụmụ anyị ga-akụta n'ala o. Na mbọ niile anyị na-agba ịtọ ezigbo ntọala ka ụmụ anyị nwee ike nwee ezigbo ọnọdụ n'obodo a. Na mbọ niile anyị na-agba na ọ malakwa n'iyi o. Anyị na-asị na ọ ga-adịrị anyị na mma. Nwanne anyị nwoke bụ Omoyele Sowore na-azọ ka ọ bụrụ onye isi ala Nigeria. anyị si na ọ bụrụ na ebumnobi ya ga-abịa ichichite ọfụma o ya gara ya o anyị si biko na ebumnobi ya ọ ga-enwe ịfụnanya ebe ndị ọzọ nọ, ndị niile na-azọkwa ya, ndị niile na-azọ ya bụ ọchịchị. Sọọsọ ife anyị chọrọ bụ onye ga-achị anyị chịta mma. Anyị wee na-asị na ndị niile ya na ya so bụ ụmụnne anyị na ọ ga-adịrị anyị niile na mma o. Anyị na-asị handshake across the Niger. Nne ya Nwodo na ọtụtụ ndị na-achị ndị ụmụnne anyị Yoruba na agbụrụ niile dị iche iche na Southern Nigeria niile na handshake across the Niger na ọ ga-amịta na mkpụrụ maka na ọ bụrụ na Igbo na Yoruba dị na mma, Nigeria niile ga-adị n'udo. Ife Nigeria ji nwee ọgbaghara bụ na Igbo na Yoruba dịrọ na mma. Chineke ga-enye anyị udo, Chineke ga-enye anyị ịfụnanya o, Chineke ga-agọzi ihe niile anyị tiri aka n'o. Nke ka nke ife niile bụ ntakasị arụ ndị Igbo na-enwe n'etiti onwe anyị, anyị na-asị Chineke ga-ewetara anyị udo, wetara anyị arụ ike, wetara anyị agamniru na Eke, Oye, Afọ na Nkwọ n'afa Jesu Kristi bụ eze na-achị Igbo. Ugona bụ ọjị agbakwara chelu ka mbe ka abịa. Ọ gbara ịtọ. Ogidi bụ ogidi. Ọjị agbara n'ịtọ no. Yes. Ife ọ bụ. Ọjị agbara ịtọ ndị canon lawyer bụ Duke no Trinity. Yes. You will help break the kola nut then. Yes. I'm sure. Onye nwezi ọjọọ ji ya gwa.
The traditional Prime Minister, Akaji of Igbo, Omoyele, thank you so much for your blessings. His Excellency, Mr. Sowore. Okay.
Cha Igbo kwenu. Igbo kwenu. Zero kwenu. Eze nke asụ kwezu ọnụ o. Biko asị na anaghị agba aka afọ nwatakịrị eze. Sowore si ewere ya. Ọ ndị ọ sị ka ihe ahụ n'oji wee gasị ka okene ndị Igbo. Then we're talking about our in-law. We are talking about our in-laws. For those who might be doubting who is the in-law, how did it happen? This lady here, the honorable, is our daughter, married to this big man here. And she is the coordinator of this Take It Back. So I want to use the platform to give her the floor to introduce herself and why they are here.
Okay, let's shuffle now, guys. Let's shuffle.
Che, Igbo kwenu, rienu, kwezeno. Ndị be anyị ekene m unu. Aha m bụ Chinwenwa Doris Ikeri, nwunye Sholari, coordinator Take It Back team. I'm very, very excited, happy, overwhelmed. Oh no, God bless you, sir. Thank you for doing this. I am so I'm overwhelmed and short of words. Chief, Chief Amadi, may you live long. Amen. I appreciate everybody, all protocols duly observed, without forgetting my wonderful uncle there, Chief Okoye. God bless you, sir. Amen. I thank everybody here. I am overly excited for this. This is a great honor privilege to have these honorable men and women seated here for the sake of our wonderful arrowhead who wants the advancement of Nigeria. And not to forget my wonderful team, the planning committee of the Take It Back movement. Take it back! Take it back! Take it back! They are wonderful. Without them, I really appreciate these people taking their time, their resource, efforts, just because we want one thing, one Nigeria. Because I know that once our country is good, we will all be happy and willing to go home and do exploits. It is a great pleasure to be before you this afternoon. And without wasting any more of your time, I apologize for coming late. It was not deliberate, but it's for the betterment of our dear and beloved country, Nigeria. I hereby present to you the one you've been asking. You called me this forerunner. I'm proud to be his forerunner because I know he can deliver. With our support, Nigeria will be better. So I hereby present to you a proponent of the African youth, is a very powerful activist, the man who is passionate about the growth and development of Nigeria, the mouthpiece of the oppressed in our society, the one who desires to see a positive change in our country, Nigeria. He is here today to listen to you, to share ideas with you, and to agree with you on how we are moving Nigeria forward. Therefore, I present to you Mr. Omoyele Sowore.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Madam, Mrs. Doris, yes, we thank you so much. Please, could the owner of this car with registration number ZDP919GP, your attention is needed outside. The owner of the car with the registration number ZDP919GP, please attend to your car outside. His Excellency, initially when I addressed you, I was going to explain the process that we are passing through, because the Kola Nor, in the traditional aspect, it doesn't speak English, and when we pray with the Kola Nor, we do not pray in English. However, it's about blessing. What the traditional Prime Minister has done, what he did was to bless your intention. He prayed for your good intention for the people, and he prayed that the gods will support your good intention and make it materialize. Having said this, we wish to call on the President of Ohaneze, South Africa, Ohaneze Igbo, South Africa, for his welcome remark. Chief Julius Osakwe. A round of applause, ladies and gentlemen.
His Excellency Megi, we the members of Ohaneze Igbo welcome you to South Africa, and we really support you. We support you and your movement. We're working on this for past weeks when our assistant came to us. So we support you. You're welcome, and you're complete. You're welcome, sir.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
That was a very wonderful short one, and please, anyone that will be called upon to address His Excellency, please be mindful of time because we started early enough. At this juncture, we will need to invite you, His Excellency, Mr. Omoyele Sowore, to address Igbo in South Africa. Round of applause.
Thank you so much.
Igbo kwenu.
Yeah.
Igbo kwenu.
Yeah.
Kwezonu.
Yeah.
I am very delighted to be here with you. I'm delighted at the reception. I'm delighted at the fact that wherever we might find ourselves, our culture remains sacrosanct. I have attended events in Igbo land since I started 5 months ago, and I get to meet one of the most important objects of spirituality in Igbo land, which is the kola knot. It is true that the kola knot speaks only Igbo, but I also found out something about kola knot that speaks to Nigeria. And the fact that kola nut is very well grown in Yoruba land. It is worshipped in Igbo land, but it is most chewed by Hausa people. So wherever you go, the kola has a very important role in our lives. I'm not going to speak for too long, because I know a lot of you might have questions and comments and suggestions. I just need to tell you that Nigeria has reached another turning point. And this turning point is very important to people from the southeastern part of Nigeria. Because of all the tribes in Nigeria, the southeast, whether we like it or not, whether we accept it or not, made the most blood sacrifice to keep Nigeria the way it is today. But something has to happen in the next trip into a united Nigeria, so to speak. We must end the war in Nigeria. And the only way to end the war is to stop voting for people who fought during the war. Because in their head, they are still fighting this war. And I am not saying it to whip up any sentiment. I'm saying it as a basis for my own internal recognition of where Nigeria is. When the war ended, I wasn't born. I was born a year after the war ended. But I have seen what war can do to the psychology of a nation, what war can do to alienate people, and what war can do to divide people. But what is most dangerous is to keep doing business with people who fought during wars, who have not undergone any form of rehabilitation, in my view. And that is why we are where we are today. When I went to the east to visit, I traveled to Onitsha. I went to Aba. I was also in Omahia. In fact, I visited the War Museum in Omahia. I also visited the wife of Michael Okpara in his house. And what I saw is what everybody's clamoring for today in Nigeria. Restructure Nigeria, restructure Nigeria. What is needed to restructure Nigeria is to properly include our brothers in the Southeast in what is known as Nigeria today. Because either we like it or not, and I'm not going to hide my feelings to you, a lot of people have mentally seceded from Nigeria. Because Nigeria as a nation has been a failure to both Nigerians and others who have been trying to make Nigeria work, or make Nigeria progress, and make Nigeria prosper. To the extent that as you are here today, you are all prosperous in your own rights. But step into Nigeria today, that prosperity you are happy about will disappear from you. Because Nigeria doesn't support the prosperity of its own people. Everywhere Nigeria steps out to, Nigerians prosper. It's only inside of Nigeria that Nigerians don't prosper. And the reason is simple. Nigeria is broken because they broke it apart. But every day you listen to radio, you watch television, they are talking about unity of Nigeria. You cannot unite Nigeria without social justice. You cannot unite Nigeria without political justice or economic justice. And those who want to bring about economic prosperity, when you don't give them infrastructure, how would they do that? You go to Aba today in Nigeria, you can get the best shoes to wear on your feet. But we prefer the ones that is made in Italy. Because the man who's making shoes in Aba doesn't have electricity to produce them en masse. The man who is making shoes in Aba doesn't have the roads upon which to drive the products to sell not only in other parts of Nigeria, but the entire African continent. And as a result, I decided when we were planning this that she must try everything she can to get me to meet you, because I've met with our people at home and they bring their greetings to you. I want to guarantee you that the young man standing up in front of you is driven passionately by the intention to develop Nigeria, and the kind of development that will bring unity to Nigeria. Not the kind of unity that will divide Nigeria as we've been doing for a long time. You have seen the best the current leaders can give us. If you give them another 20 years, you are not going to get better than this. And you all know that even to step out of here in South Africa and go home to your country, you need to fast and pray. Because right from the airport, the evil spirit of Nigeria is haunting you. And these are not spirits, human beings. You see them. They are in customs, immigration. They are putting their hands into your pockets. They are begging you, you know. The moment you step out of the airport, which is one of the worst on the continent of Africa, because somebody might kidnap you on the way. If you don't get kidnapped, the police might shoot you on the way. If you don't get shot, a herdsman who is a known state actor might cross you. That is Nigeria of today. But I'm not telling you this story so as to sweet talk you, to let you know or let you realize what you already understand. I'm here to seek your help and support because in a long time, this is the first time we are having in Nigeria where conversation around politics or political developments are not centered around ethnicity or religion. Otherwise, you wouldn't have received me the way you have received me. You would have been asking me to explain to you how I'm related to Igbo land. And for your information, I'm divulging to you today that my younger brother is actually married to an Igbo lady from Uga in Anambra State. So I'm also your in-law. But in this case, you owe me. The thing is that I'm about to develop Igbo land. Yeah. So the development is not something that we should ethnicize. It's the right of every Nigerian, every human being, to enjoy the fruits of a governance that is all-inclusive. When we provide a second Niger bridge, we are not doing you a favor. When we provide the third one, which will be a highway, a bridge, and a train that is fast-moving, that can take you between Onitsha and Lagos in 3 hours, we are not doing you a favor. We are doing the same thing people here in South Africa have done a long time ago, which you already see is working, right? We drove all the way from Pretoria to this place. We didn't need to fast and pray. That is why in this part of the world, where we travel out of Nigeria, even our prayer requests start to change. You know, because when you are in Nigeria, your prayer request is for NEPA to bring light. When you're in South Africa, your prayer request is other things. That is real progress. And also for our brothers and sisters and the chief who are from here in South Africa, we welcome you. And we love you so much. We've always shown love to South Africa and our South African brothers and sisters. Yesterday when I came, I caused a stir and controversy in South Africa. I told them that we are your big brothers in Nigeria. But I must say very quickly that we are the big brothers you have in your family that is a disgrace to the family. I'm not afraid to say that. You know that's your big brother that doesn't have money, doesn't have ambition, is always complaining. That's what Nigeria is to Africa. But that is about to change. And that is why I came to make that statement. That everybody, as soon as Nigeria has this power shift, must start looking up to Nigeria as the real big brother of development and pride. And the same thing will happen to the black race. We are getting there. The final thing I want to say to all of you is that what we're about to experience is what will make our Nigerian democracy solid, original. Every democratic experience or experiment passes through a number of stages. And I've explained somewhere else today. I will seek your indulgence, those of you in the team, to say it here again. The first stage is to start democracy, real democracy. And we started it in 1999 in Nigeria by driving the military out of power. The second stage of democracy is to allow democracy or elections to happen within the circle and rotate not beyond the limits of terms. We did it in 2007 by ensuring that Obasanjo did not continue perpetually in power. And so many people have said that Obasanjo is Igbo, by the way. You know, I'm just kidding. Then the next stage of democracy is to allow those in the population who are disadvantaged to gain advantage in representation. We did it with Lord Jonathan, who was a minority person who became the leader of Nigeria. Of course, the next stage is to have a party-to-party transfer of power. In 2015, we did it with a big majority party. I see somebody introduce himself as PDP here. PDP lost power to APC. Even Pekin, and APDP is Association Protecting Criminals. That's what they call it. But again, on a serious note, the next stage for all of us is to have a generational shift of power. There's an old generation of leaders in Nigeria that needs to be retired permanently from politics starting from next year, 2019. And that is what we have come to represent. But in doing so, we must put our best foot forward. And it's the reason so many of us are running. And I must say here, just to be humble about it, that I'm not the only person running who represent a new generation of Nigerians. There are others, and we have met with so many of them. But it's up to all of them to also step out and sell their ideas and agenda to the public. But our organization, our movement is the fastest growing movement in Nigeria, perhaps Africa today. Is known as Take It Back movement. And we are all over the world. It's a global movement. I have just completed traveling around all the 6 geopolitical zones of Nigeria and ended up in a place called Sokoto in Nigeria. And we're surprised that, contrary to what you hear, that some of them don't even want democracy. All of them are yearning for a new era so that we can stop hunger and starvation, diseases and sickness in Nigeria. Now we can stop having leaders who are sick, who are incompetent, who are incapable, and leaders who have no agenda to bring about development. That is what we're about. I will stop here. I don't want to start campaigning too much, knowing that so many of you who are here perhaps know me a little bit. I can hear those people who mentioned my name directly. They know me. I used to, before now, run a website, a news organization known as SAHARA Reporters. And my job over the last 12 years as SAHARA Reporters has been to engage politically with the Nigerian political elite. And I've taken them on several occasions and fought up to this point. But we cannot continue to allow other people to speak for us. We cannot allow those who don't understand us, who don't care about us, to continue to hijack power and represent us. Most importantly, we cannot allow those who are on the departure lounge of life to drag our destinies down with them to their grave. That is the reason why we decided that this is very, very compulsory, and this outreach is so amazing to us, because it's not just about me standing in front of you today. It's about thousands and thousands of Nigerians who are also connected with us through technology. And what message they give us to give you is that it is also time to end the analog leadership in Nigeria, because we are entering into a digital era. Thank you so much.
Thank you, His Excellency. Thank you for the message of hope. From what you've said so far and what we've seen, we believe there's a future, there's a hope. There's hope for our country. Thank you so much. We wish to call on the Chief Host for his response to what you have said to our people. Ladies and gentlemen, let us bring to the stage Chief Jonas Udeji, the traditional Prime Minister of Igbo in South Africa. No work as your food.
Igbo Mamalo, Igbo Kwenu, Igbo Kwezuonu. Firstly, well spoken. Thank you very much. Our people, I greet you. Your gathering today is not unusual. From the history and from what we hear from our fathers and forefathers, Ndi Igbo have always extended hands of friendship to every other part of Nigeria, including our Yoruba brothers. I remember when Ara Onakakamfo, was it last month or last 2 months, when he arrived, he also had a closed door meeting with our people, though with few representatives. You've spoken well. Unfortunately, the Igbo man have continued to work for some of the local communities enjoy those developments, those hands of friendship, and the good communal relationship. We noted that in the past, the University College Ibadan, which turned to full-fledged varsity, cannot write their story without Igbo man involved. The Lagos of all the sacrifices we have made in Nigeria, and it seems as if those sacrifices are going down the drain. And hence, a lot of our people, our youths, vibrant ones, have been killed, repeatedly killed. Even when they are not armed, they are killed. And I don't know, because journalism is a part of actually, when you are on the side of the journalist, you are actually on the right track. We do not know, in your work as journalists, how far you have used that particular platform to bring justice, equity, and fairness, using your media as Sahara reporter. Because when we reflect on that, it will give us an idea of the kind of president you will be when you take over. Today, one of our sons had been victimized, oppressed, and even killed because we haven't seen him up to today. That person is in Nnamdi Kanu. He has never done anything wrongly to Nigeria. He was only expressing his position based on the treatment and the subjugation his people were going through. Up to today, we don't know his whereabouts. And some of you in the field of journalism, we don't know how far you have gone in asking the federal government questions. Where is this young man? I learned you live outside, where there is in a more civilized society. I don't know how you have been able to use your skill to actually defend the freedom of expression of every citizen of Nigeria, knowing that we are equal stakeholder in Nigeria. A lot of people have been killed, but now, recently, the noise that were being made during the time of Jonathan is not even made now that the defenseless citizens of Nigeria from across the whole states of Nigeria are being slaughtered on a daily basis. We don't know how far some of you in that field have gone in trying to let the world know what is happening there. Another one, my brother, which we told Aaron Akakamfo. We had a very good time and he loved it. We told him that we stand by the position of our fathers, Ohaneze and Igbo. The handshake across the Niger. We reminded